Good day everyone. This is a pre-recorded video lesson on the topic postulates on lines and planes. So at the end of this topic, you should be able to state and illustrate the line postulate and plane postulate. So before we start, let's look at the axiomatic system, which is the foundation of geometry. So think of this axiomatic system like a game. So kung meron tayong game, we need to know what are the objects na kakailanganin natin for the game and what are the rules of the game so that we can play the game, we can understand the game. So yung objects of the game, yung mga kakailanganin natin, those are your undefined terms. So these are the basic terms in geometry. There are three: the point, the line, and the plane. We also need definitions. So definitions are the statements that explain the meaning of a word or term. So we can use these three basic undefined terms in geometry in order to define other objects, other terms, or concepts in geometry. We also have postulates or actions. These are just statements, but take note that these statements are accepted as true. So hindi na natin kailangang i-prove. Again, these are true statements. You do not need to prove them. And to complete the system, you have the theorems. So theorems are statements that must be proven. How do you prove theorems? So you are going to use postulates, you are going to use definitions or other theorems in order to prove them. So later on, we are going to prove theorems as well. So here, geometry is built from these undefined terms, these definitions, these postulates, and theorems. So this is the overview of the axiomatic system. So lahat ng nandito ay mapag-uusapan natin as we go on sa ating geometry lessons. So let's take a look at the three undefined terms in geometry: the point, the line, and the plane. So undefined terms because they are basic ideas and we don't need formal definitions to understand them. So what we need are simple descriptions and visual examples in order to understand what a point is, what a line is, or what a plane is. So let's start with point. So kung titignan mo yung kalangitan sa gabi, so may makikita kang stars, and these stars, these dots, white dots, those are points. So description of a point, it represents an exact location in space. It has no length, it has no width, it has no thickness. And we can name points using capital letters. So point A, point B, point C, and so on. So the tip of your pencil, a small dot, represents a location on a map or stars in the sky. So those are examples of points. If you have set of points and you line them in a straight path, you can form a line. So this is the second undefined term in geometry. A line is a straight path and it extends endlessly in two opposite directions. So you can extend it to the right and you can extend it to the left. So yung extension na yon, it can be represented by these arrowheads. It has length but no thickness. Okay, so a line is a one-dimensional object. It contains infinitely many points. So, hindi mo yan nabibilang. So, for example, here, we cannot say that there is an exact number of points in this line, no? It is named using any 2 points on the line. So, here, I can name this as line AB. The arrows show that the line continues forever in both directions. So, napaka-importante yung arrowheads. Kasi kung walang arrowheads yan, okay, so for example, I'm going to write like this only, no arrowheads. This is what you call a segment. Segment is only a part of the line. Okay, so segment has endpoints. So, if we want to consider only this part of the line, okay, so this is line segment AB. The third undefined term is your plane. So this is an illustration of a plane, which is a flat surface and it extends endlessly in all directions. It has length, it has width, but no thickness. So, if a line is a one-dimensional object, a plane is a two-dimensional object. Bakit siya two-dimensional? Meron siyang length, meron siyang width. It contains infinitely many points and many lines. And it may be represented by a slanted four-sided figure. So, how do we name planes? Using capital script letters or using 3 non-collinear points. So, for example, here, point A, point B, and point C lie on this plane that you can see in your screen right now. So, this can be named as plane A, B, C using 3 points. Okay, let's have a concept check. If we understand the 3 undefined terms. So, a point, this represents an exact location. It has no length, no width, and no thickness. A line continues forever in both directions. That is true. But what do you call the part of a line? Part of the line that has 2 endpoints. So, that is your line segment. So, magkaiba ang line segment AB at saka line AB. So, we can say that segment AB is part of line AB. Is a one whole sheet of paper considered a plane or only a part of a plane? So, by the description of a plane, it extends endlessly in both directions, its length and its width. So therefore, a one whole sheet of paper represents only a part of the plane. Bakit part lang, no? Because the one whole sheet of paper, meron siyang boundaries. Okay? Sinabi natin kanina, a plane extends forever in all directions. So that's why kung meron kang one whole sheet of paper, that's just a part of a plane. So your laptop screen or your tablet screen, your phone screen, so that is only a part of the plane because it has boundaries. Let's look at collinear versus non-collinear points. So very easy. Collinear means the points lie on the same line. Magkakalinya yan sa iisang straight path. Kapag hindi, then non-collinear points. They do not lie on the same straight line. Again, kapag line ang pinag-uusapan sa geometry, it is always a straight path. Bawal mag-curve ang isang linya. Coplanar versus non-coplanar points. So, kung meron kang 3 distinct points, they are always coplanar. So, given tatlong points na magkakaiba yung location, always coplanar. Coplanar meaning they lie on the same plane. Kapag hindi, then that's non-coplanar points. They do not lie on a single plane. So, if you have 4 or 5 or 6 points, no? So, some of those points may be considered non-coplanar already. Pero kung tatlo lang ang given, they are always coplanar. So we are now ready to discuss the different postulates on lines and planes. So let's start with the line postulate. Here, it states that for every two distinct or different points, there is exactly one line that contains both points. So if we rephrase this, 2 points determine a line. So yan yung sinasabi ng line postulate. So for example here, 2 points, point A and point B determine line AB. So iisang line AB lang yan, hindi pwedeng ganito, no? Because again, lines are always straight. Hindi pwedeng mag-curve. Second, intersection of lines theorem. So if you have two lines, they intersect and the intersection contains exactly 1 point. So kung nakakita na kayo ng soccer or football field, so yung nasa boundary niya, so this is one line, this is another line, no? So kung i-extend natin yan, extend, arrowheads. So meron tayong point dito, and this single point is what you call the intersection. Okay, that is exactly 1 point, ang intersection of two lines. Plane postulate. So if you have 3 points, so any 3 points lie in at least one plane, no? And any 3 non-collinear points lie in exactly one plane. Ano yung ibig sabihin nito? Kasi dalawa yung figure. So dito muna tayo sa bottom figure. So points D, E, and F, okay, they are non-collinear kasi hindi mo sila pwedeng i-contain sa iisang line. So non-collinear si D, E, and F, no? So if you have 3 non-collinear points, you can form exactly one plane. Okay? However, if your points are collinear, such as in this figure, okay, so point A, point B, and point C, they lie on the same line. So, collinear yung tatlong yan. Then, at least one plane ang pwede nating ma-form, no? So, at least one plane because you can form infinitely many planes kung yung points mo na yon ay collinear. So, this is the visual representation of the plane postulate. Number 3, flat plane postulate. So, if 2 points of a line lie in a plane, then the line lies in the same plane. So, here, points X and Y lie on plane E. So, since we can form line XY using point X and point Y, so we can say that line XY is also in plane E. Okay, so kung yung dalawang points ay nasa isang plane, so kung mafo-form mo yung line containing those 2 points, then that line must also be in the same plane. Intersection of planes postulate. So what if two different planes intersect? Then their intersection is a line. So magkaiba to kanina, no, sa intersection of lines. So two lines intersect, they form a point, intersection point. But if two planes intersect, then their intersection is a line. Intersection of a line and a plane. theorem, no? So, kung yung isang plane at yung isang line nag-intersect, then their intersection contains only one point. So, here, line L and plane E intersects at point P. Line and a point theorem. A line and a point on the line, there is exactly one plane containing both of them. So, for example, here, we have here plane E, and I can create line L, and on line L, I can create point X. So, point X and line L are in plane E. Two intersecting lines theorem. So, two intersecting lines determine a plane. So, magdodrawing ako ng dalawang lines dito sa loob ng plane E. So, this is line A, this is line B, and we call that intersection point as point P. Okay, so, if two lines intersect, okay, then those two intersecting lines can determine a plane. So, let's have some concept check. Two intersecting lines are coplanar. That is always true, no? Because if you have two intersecting lines, okay, so meron tayong dalawang lines, may intersection point, you can draw or determine exactly one plane. Two planes intersect in exactly one point. This is false, never true. Because if you have two distinct planes, their intersection is a line. Three distinct points are coplanar. Yes, this is always true, no? But if they are non-collinear, okay, they determine exactly one plane. A plane that contains 2 points of a line also contains the entire line. So this is true. So by flat plane postulate, so if points X and Y are on line L, then line L must also be on the plane. 4 distinct points are coplanar, so sometimes true. So 4 points may lie on the same plane, but 1 point may also lie outside the plane containing the other 3. Okay, so that's the end. So thank you for listening.